Coming up on Owl TV,
Jeffrey and Peter show us life in the Arctic.
Bonaparte and Daniel try out a toboggan.
Hoot Club kids build ice castles.
Atau sang ana kami kaniyari sinisadya nga anana nga tiumek ako ni gusok sa kay ayoko na ilang pitya ka suklul kasi ana pitya lagu pitya ka
You learn how to train dogs and use them. They start off with lots of beginner pups with one mother and put the little pup or the training dog beside the mother and gradually teach them how to pull. It takes a long time for them to learn. When you're good to them or feed them well and all that, they'll be good to you. Just like with a friend, when you're good to them, they'll be good to you.
This is the high Arctic. Here the Inuit people have lived for centuries, fishing and hunting for their clothing and food. They exist in harmony with the incredible cold and darkness.
If the caribou is up on the hill and you're down on the hill and the wind is coming up from the hill, that's good, they won't smell you. If you're in front of the wind, the caribou is down at the wind, he'll smell you.
They are a gentle, happy people, striving to keep strong their traditions and heritage.
Ima, dito ajigin naman. Ilang itinunari, nakakaon ng itya mga yaksuki.
Some communities don't prepare themselves for the coming months, and then they run out. And if they run out and I hear about them, we feed them. And that's what I'm doing right now, and teaching my sons to do that. It's a matter of survival.
In Igloolik, an Arctic hamlet near the North Pole, we meet Jeffrey and Peter, two Inuit boys. Jeffrey speaks English and Inuktitut, his native language. Peter speaks only Inuktitut. So Jeffrey translates for Peter, and Peter teaches Jeffrey how to guide his dog team. While Jeffrey goes to school, Peter spends time with his father learning to be a hunter. They are very proud of their Inuit culture Through them, we begin to feel what it is like to live in a frozen land.
You're laughing again? What am I laughing at you? Yeah. You remember your grandmother? Well, last night we found out a story about your great-grandfather. From Father Mary Ruslier in Pond Inlet. Anyway, I wanted to find out who your great-grandfather was. I knew his... And Rhoda wanted to know, too. I knew his name was Caron. I knew his Inuktitut name, which meant the teary eyes. We found out that you're related to a very famous Arctic explorer called Joseph Bernier. So now we know who your great-grandfather was.
Frenchman? He was a Frenchman?
Yeah, so you're part French.
I thought we were part Scottish because he went back to Scotland. And we're part French.
Now you can say you're a Frenchman rather than a Scotchman.
What do I like in school? Phys ed. Activities and art. Math is pretty good and it's fun. I just like going to school.
We might do that. So if there were only 12 left, then you would say then we should stop hunting for a while until there was more, right? Or if there's lots of them, then we might say, well, then hunting is okay. And if, remember, every community has quotas. You know what a quota is? Quota is we set a number of polar bears that every community can hunt. Okay, so Glulik gets so many tags for polar bears that can be hunted. And the scientists know how many tags to give each community because they do studies on populations. They know how many polar bears are out
there. If he wants to be a hunter, and it's up to him, I don't think he will. It's already too late for him to be a hunter. That means he needs to have a good education.
Takes a long time to learn how to use the whip. And someone tells them how to do it the right way and he practices it. He learned pretty fast, he says.
Ang rasibun na siya kong tuwid. Hindi niya kutigin yung tichuta pijara sutik. Amaro ila ko tangit kutig. Ang rasibun na karoak tutik. Pingin na kaya tutik.
In order to teach the younger hunters, they have to go out hunting on a regular basis. Because even if they know how to hunt and if they don't go out hunting on a regular basis, you would have the tendency to worry about them because maybe they don't know how to make an igloo or some kind of a shelter for themselves in case there was a storm. And Peter, he really wants to learn. Like he doesn't even go to the school. Regular school here. He'd rather go out hunting and learn that, the Inuit culture.
Yani, nagtagtaka
You just wait down at the flow edge for seals to pop up. And the hunters usually know what part of the flow edge to go. And they look at the current. This time of the year, like, they shoot them while they're in the water, eh? Because this time of the year, they're still very fat, and they don't sink. They just float. And they use a hook in order to get them out of the water. Everything's used. For example, look at my comics. The bottom, the tongue, and the side, mittens. That's what they're used for. Like if I catch my first seal, I feed the dogs right away. And that way, I'm teaching my dogs where to go and how to behave when I'm seal hunting. Everybody likes seal liver. They're so delicious, even though, you know, they got a very gamey taste, but they're very, very tasty. It was about 12 years ago. I traveled with my brother from Igloolik to Repulse Bay. And we had to stay in igloos for 13 nights. Today, they're just using them now when they're going out hunting. They just use seal oil lamps, kodluks, and that was the only source of heat. Nowadays, they're using common stores. If you have source of heat, you know, you got a very warm place right there. One tribe would get together and then they would build a large igloo where everybody could go to. And then they would have the drum dancing and singing. And these songs are not just songs. They're telling a story, maybe of their hunt or their hardships that they went through and pleasant things, you know, all sorts of things that happen. If you were to compare a kid who is living in an outpost camp and a kid same age who's living in the community, you know, there's quite a difference between the two of them. You know, the kid from the outpost camp might not be able to speak English, you know. He'd probably be lost if somebody talks to him in English. But you go out with him on the land, you'd be thankful that you got him there.
Walrus love to lie in the sun. Ice floes are a popular spot. And when space is short, one walrus will try to climb on any space left over. Look out! It's just not easy to get the perfect tan.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there for a husky. You have to lay around, rest, maybe have something to eat. You never know when someone will tie you to a sleigh and make you run along. What a life for a dog.
Remember, Bonaparte, I get to ride on the toboggan on the way back.
I promise. Hey, did you know that the word toboggan comes from the Indian word autoboggan, meaning sled?
No. Neat. I didn't know that. How do you know all these things? I bet you go and memorize the encyclopedia when I'm not around. Eh, Bonaparte? Bonaparte? Bonaparte. What happened?
Hey, what do you think happened? I lost my balance when you went over that last bump there.
Bump? You call it a bump. I'd hate to see what happens to you when we get to the real hill.
Real hill? Hey, what, you mean there's more?
You betcha.
I don't think I can go through with this, Daniel.
You're chicken.
Bingo.
There's nothing to be afraid of. All you have to do is hold on to the sled and try not to fall off.
What you're talking about is balance, right?
Balance? What does balance have to do with anything?
Everything. Balance is the coordination between gravity, muscles, and what you see, so you don't fall down. And the degree and speed in which you can control these muscles determines how good your balance is.
Okay, I have an idea. Why don't I go down myself and you can watch me from the bottom?
Great. Now, how do I get off this thing?
Oh, no! So, how was it?
No sweat.
Fantastic.
It's such a pleasure being a spectator. Oh, no. Eesh. Boy, I hope you have a license to drive that thing.
Very funny. Meanwhile, I hit a lot of bumps. I didn't fall off once.
Yeah, I know. You're pretty good for such a twerp.
What?
And to prove it, I can show you a slow-motion instant replay of how you looked when you came down the hill. If you'll just look into my eyes.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding. Here, take a look.
What the heck? Oh my gosh, that's me.
Yep. And you see how well balanced you are on that toboggan?
Uh-huh.
Well, all of that is being controlled by the portion of the brain called the cerebellum. That means little brain. The cerebellum picks up signals from all over the body, including the brain, telling you which muscles to use so you don't wipe out on your toboggan. And that happens even before you can say...
Bob's my uncle.
Long before that.
Check out this great move coming up.
You see how your body is leaning heavily in one direction? Well, what you're doing is making sure there's equal tension between your weight and the forces moving the toboggan. And by doing that, you're maintaining equilibrium.
Equilibrium?
That means state of balance. Well, the brain is what picks up the messages, but it's the nerve receptors in your eyes, ears, and feet that actually transmit the messages.
And Wouldn't you think? That all comes from my little brain. Well, Cerebellum, you just have to find a winter sport that's more for you.
Let's see. I like to take long walks.
I've got it. I talk.
Oh, no. Help! Help!
Everyone loves to watch a seal, but which one? There's the elephant seal, the hooded seal, the harbor seal, the bearded seal, the ringed seal, and the ribbon seal. Let's hear it for the seals. Ah, yes, the seal of approval.
We are attempting to find out if this is really the Incredible Hulk's pet. Roll over, boy. Fetch my slippers. Sit up. Okay, stand still. Doesn't he make you feel warm all over?
With winter approaching, we decided to do something neat with water and ice in the Hoot Club.
We took molds such as those cake makers and balloons and things, and we put water inside them, colored and filled some with food coloring.
I'll try. These are tight balloons. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Gotta make sure it's nice and tight. So, yeah. If it leaks in the refrigerator, we're gonna have a big mess to clean up.
Yeah, really.
Well, we put in, when we were making the sculptures, or the pieces of ice, we put in like little bits of feathers and leaves and branches and stuff.
That's beautiful. Popped open. Oh, yeah, that's because the water expands when it freezes, and so it made the balloon pop. Beautiful. Look at this. You can even see the part where where on the bottom of the container.
Oh yeah, where the container was.
Oh, boy.
What is that?
It's shaped up.
Use these.
You put string in it. Look at this. It's shaped like a heart. Well, this is great. Reese, you want to cut these?
Yeah. That's incredible.
First, a glove. Look, somebody's fingers frozen.
Well, we oiled them first on some of them, just so that when we take it out, the ice wouldn't stick to the metal or whatever the mold was.
Set up all the bags in one place. Somewhere. And
They look kind of like crystals and prisms.
we took the little ice sculptures that we made and made them into a big ice castle.
When we built the ice castle, we used the same principle they use in building houses and other things, like they take the bricks and then they put mortar on tops and then put another brick, and that holds the bricks together. We use snow as our mortar instead of cement.
Wait till it's all packed down first.
Don't have very many base pieces on this side.
This one's too small.
I need some snow.
That one at the top.
Yeah. And I'll put that in between one on top.
them together. See, look, there's like a rose in here. It's
Where?
It's still soft.
Don't.
I didn't do that.
There.
I'm putting a towel
Inside, around, and around.